Here because it's not just about today and the cleanup, it's about, I think, developing our environmental stewardship about our shoreline, our environment, our bay, and the things you do every other day of the year to really advocate to make our community cleaner and healthier. So give yourselves a hand for being out here. I grew up in Richmond. I lived in another neighborhood and I moved down to the marina back in 1990. And a few of us as residents here, things can start from people, right? And this was the first real cleanup site in Richmond back then. There was a site in Berkeley. And so we started this site back in 91, local residents. And it's just grown over the years. And there's been a lot more sites now around Richmond because like there's sites going on at Wildcat Creek in North Richmond that Urban Tilt is doing, and Groundwork Richmond's doing a site over by the Craneway. So it's just amazing to see this grow, and I get the greatest energy and inspiration and hope by seeing young people here because you are going to be advocating and saving our community, saving our planet, right? That's what this is about. And we are it's great. And having the Watershed Project, which is an amazing nonprofit based here in Richmond, just down the shoreline, with education. Paula helps work with a team that let people know, how to do this safely, but also, being educated about all of this and what we do. And I have the honor of serving on the Contra Costa Board of Supervisors, representing most of West County. And I get to advocate policies that you help, really argue for, because young people are making a difference on our policies. You talked about, plastic. We just need to ban plastic, period. End of story, right? And another thing I will say that's happening here, we face sea level rise here, right? You all know about that. And parts of the Richmond shoreline are at risk. Not this part, but up in North Richmond. And the Watershed Project is working with us and others to create resiliency along the shoreline that is a nature-based solution, not about building a seawall, but about wetland restoration and resiliency. And I'm chair of the San Francisco Bay Restoration Authority, and I want to tell you, in 2016, we put a measure on the ballot, $12 a year parcel tax for the whole Bay Area. 70% of voters in the Bay Area voted for that. Think about that. 70% of voters in the Bay Area voted to tax themselves to raise $500 million for San Francisco Bay. And I think it's because of efforts like this where people get out and learn the importance of protecting their own community. So thank you for being here. Paula, thank you for this great partnership.